You know that awful feeling? That pit in your stomach, you're outside Marylebone Station, maybe searching through your bag, and
Hmm.
nothing. Keys are just gone. Or maybe you've just got the keys to a lovely new flat near Regent's Park, but
Hmm.
suddenly security feels like this huge, worrying question mark.
Mm,
I think we've all had that little jolt of panic, haven't we? That really urgent personal need for help with something so basic.
absolutely. It happens.
So today we're doing a deep dive into something that's, well, pretty crucial for peace of mind, especially somewhere like London, finding the right locksmith. And we're focusing specifically on the Marylebone area.
Yeah.
It's such a unique mix, isn't it? You've got those grand old houses, modern apartments, busy
Yeah,
shops.
exactly. And in a place like that, knowing who to call for security help isn't just nice to know, it's often essential.
Yeah.
And guiding us today, we've got this really useful report, Top 3 Local Locksmiths in and near Marylebone area. Our mission really is to pull out the key insights from this guide. Go beyond just the names, understand what each one really offers.
Right.
We want to help you figure out the different services, what makes these three stand out, and most importantly, how you choose the best expert for your situation. Could be an emergency lockout, could be a full security upgrade.
Okay. So if you've ever been stuck wondering, how do I quickly find someone reliable? Maybe for lost keys, getting new locks fitted, or even figuring out a problem with a UPVC door, then this deep dive is definitely for you. We're aiming to give you that shortcut to feeling properly informed.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's unpack this. So picture this. You're in a jam, keys are lost, maybe the front door lock's just jam solid. You need someone fast, and ideally someone who won't cost the earth. What does the report suggest first for that kind of immediate practical problem?
Well, the guide points straight away to Locksmith for London. They're actually highlighted as the cheapest locksmith near you in the Marylebone area. So affordability is a big one for them, but it's also about speed, quick arrival times, and really clear quotes. They mention starting from just $29.
Wow, $29 is a starting point. That feels incredibly upfront, doesn't it? Especially when you're stressed out.
It really does.
And they cover the W1 and NW1 postcodes specifically, right in the heart of Marylebone. Is that local focus a big advantage?
Definitely. Their engineers aren't just trained, they're fully vetted, which is important. And they work 7 days a week. That focus means they can offer something pretty valuable, a same-day service guarantee. And they say most jobs get done on the first visit.
Okay, first visit completion. That's huge.
It really is. Means you're not stuck waiting, not chasing follow-up appointments. When you're locked out or worried about security, that's a massive plus. Gets things back to normal quickly.
So it's not just emergencies then. What kind of specific work do they really specialize in? Sometimes you worry an affordable option might only do the simple stuff.
Good question. No, they're experts in repairing both UPVC and timber door locks. UPVC, that sort of tough plastic on many modern doors and windows.
Right, yeah.
They handle those, plus the emergency unlocks for lost keys, obviously, and fitting new locks when people move in. But what really comes through in the guide is their honest advice. Like, they might suggest rekeying a lock instead of replacing the whole thing, if it makes sense.
Rekeying.
Yeah.
That's changing the inside bits so the old key doesn't work.
Exactly. Saves you buying a whole new lock mechanism. It's that kind of practical, cost-saving advice that people really appreciate. They don't just push the most expensive fix.
That's really good to know. And what about the feedback? What are customers saying about the quality of their service?
People often mention how clear their explanations are, their friendly approach, and just, doing a neat, careful job. Plus, everything's backed by a 1-year guarantee.
A guarantee, okay.
Yeah, which gives you that extra peace of mind. Shows they stand by their work, which is important, especially at that price point.
So Locksmith for London sounds like a really solid choice for those urgent common lock problems where cost and speed are key, getting you back inside safely, affordably, and with clear terms. Very useful.
Definitely fills that immediate need well.
But as you said, not all lock issues are straightforward, are they?
Mhm.
What if you're dealing with something a bit trickier? Maybe one of those, classic old London keys that look really complicated, or perhaps a modern digital lock system. That feels like it needs more than just speed. It needs real expertise.
That's a great point. And this is where the guide points us towards a different kind of solution. Barry Bros Security. They're noted as the closest local locksmith to Marylebone Tube Station, and what really stands out is their history. Over 70 years serving central London.
70 years.
Mm.
Wow. That's quite a legacy in a city like London. What kind of deep knowledge does that kind of history give them that maybe a newer company wouldn't have?
Well, Barry Bros is known for, yes, honest service and decent prices, but specifically for solving problems with both traditional London keys, the intricate lever locks in older buildings that need special know-how, and the modern digital stuff, too. They're apparently the go-to for complex key issues that smaller outfits just can't or won't tackle. That 70 years means they've pretty much seen it all, lock-wise. They understand the quirks of older systems and the tech in the new ones.
So they're the specialists for the really fiddly, nuanced problems. The ones that need that extra layer of skill and maybe even historical context.
Exactly. The feedback often highlights their skill with those specialist house keys, the ones needing really precise cutting or maybe extra strength. And people mention their approach to polite, reassuring. Apparently, local property managers really rate them for reliability and consistent pricing.
Ah, property managers. That's interesting.
Yeah, they use them for everything from installing alarm systems and sorting emergency lockouts to just doing routine security checks to prevent problems down the line.
Now, the source guide mentions their prices might be a touch higher sometimes. Is that purely because of the experience, or is there more to it? Is it like an investment?
I think that's a fair way to put it. Connecting the dots, customers seem to feel they save time and hassle in the long run. Barry Bros offers quick, clean, expert service. And in a place like Marylebone, where everyone's busy, that convenience, that guarantee it's done right first time is worth a lot.
Right. Avoids callbacks.
Precisely. So yes, the slightly higher cost might reflect the complexity, but also that speed and expertise that prevents bigger headaches later. It's about efficient, correct problem solving.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if you're facing a really tricky key, a specialized lock maybe, or you're managing properties and need a super reliable, comprehensive security partner, Barry Bros brings that incredible depth of experience. You're paying for the precision, the efficiency, the peace of mind, knowing it's handled by real veterans.
That seems to be their key strength, yes.
All
Deep
right.
expertise.
Right. Now let's talk about something even more specific. Marylebone has so many beautiful historic buildings, some are even grade listed. What if your security needs are for one of those places? You need, I imagine, a blend of tradition, maybe craftsmanship, but also top-tier modern security. And it has to respect the building itself. That sounds like a unique challenge.
It really is. And this is where the guide introduces our third option, Brahma locks and alarms. They're positioned as the nearest locksmith to Marylebone Road. And what's truly remarkable about Brahma is their heritage. They're described as London's oldest security company.
Oldest. How old are we talking?
Since 1784, they've been manufacturing locks since then.
1784. That is genuinely incredible. Centuries old. So how does that kind of history translate into expertise for today's world, especially for those sensitive historic properties?
Well, firstly, their engineers are highly qualified. And a key point the guide makes is that they are Master Locksmiths Association approved, MLA approved.
MLA approved. That sounds significant.
It is. It's a serious accreditation. Means rigorous checks, high standards of skill, integrity. The works, they handle everything from door lock installations, full alarm systems, emergency unlocks, but crucially, specialist hardware for grade-listed buildings. That's where their deep understanding really comes in fitting modern security without damaging or compromising the building's historic fabric. It's a real skill.
So they're not just fixing locks, they're often designing and installing quite high-level bespoke security solutions, really merging old craftsmanship with new tech.
Absolutely. It sounds like they truly blend the best of both. Their historical knowledge informs how they apply modern solutions. Clients mention things like efficient key cutting, being very responsive, but also having deep product knowledge for really complex situations or high-end properties. So whether it's a lock change after moving, fitting insurance-rated locks for a business, or fixing a tricky cylinder lock on a period home, people value their attention to detail and the reliability of their work. They understand that a lock-on, say, a Georgian door, isn't just functional, it's part of the building's character.
And that must be so important in Marylebone, with its specific architectural style, preserving that look and feel while ensuring safety.
Exactly. The guide mentions Brahma engineers routinely give tailored advice for residents dealing with exactly those issues, upgrading security sensitively, solving a unique problem with an old front door, installing alarms in listed buildings along Marylebone Road. They focus on making sure the solution fits the property perfectly, keeping all kinds of homes and shops safe. And that reputation for honest, friendly service and real long-term reliability seems to be why they've been central to Marylebone security for so long.
Brahma sounds like they offer something truly special then, a real masterclass in blending heritage with high security. So for you, if you have a historic property, or perhaps you need insurance-grade locks for specific requirements, or you just want that absolute top tier of craftsmanship and accredited expertise, Brahma Locks and Alarms offers that service steeped in history, quality, and a deep understanding of unique architectural needs.
It certainly seems that way, a very distinct offering. So, reflecting on the guide, it's clear Marylebone residents have some excellent choices, but they cater to different needs, don't they? You've got Locksmith for London for that affordable, transparent, speedy fix for common, urgent issues.
Right, the immediate help.
Then Barry Bros Security, bringing that deep, decades-long experience for the complex keys, specialized locks, and maybe more robust security system needs.
The problem solvers.
And finally, Brahma Locks and Alarms, offering that unique blend of centuries of heritage, MLA-approved expertise, perfect for historic buildings or when only the absolute highest standard will do.
The heritage specialists.
Exactly. 3 distinct strengths.
So it really comes down to understanding your specific situation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whether you need that emergency unlock right now,
Yeah.
or a routine lock change, or maybe a full security plan for a unique property, you need to think about what matters most to you in that moment. Is it cost? Is it speed? Or is it that very specialized accredited expertise?
Precisely.
Yeah.
Making an informed choice based on your actual needs, not just, the first name that pops up online.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads to a final thought, perhaps. Beyond just the locks on the doors and the keys in your pocket, what does true security, real peace of mind actually mean to you for your home or your business? And how might thinking about that bigger picture influence the security choices you make next time?